Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to this well-known Audi dealership. You may remember that last week I did a review of the A3 Sportback, and then today we have the all-new Audi A3 Sedan or Limousine, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful design S-Line package on this one. I have the new key here, so it's the same key as on the A3 Sportback. Unlock, lock, and this is for the trunk. When you press it twice, the trunk goes up. I will show you that later on, but first let's focus on the design of this new second generation model. So on the front we have a new design, similar of course to the Sportback, which you see there. Let's start with the lights. Very important thing, because the LED lights which you see here, they come in LED technology as standard. So LED lights are standard, but then there's a catch actually. If you go for the base trim, you get the front LEDs, but at the back you will not have the LEDs. But then you need to pay extra to get both front and rear in LED technology. And top of the trim are the matrix LEDs, and they are actually very interesting, because when you get the matrix LEDs, you get 15 different LED segments in here. That actually means that there will be different data running signatures depending on the trim and the model that you get. So on the S-Line, you have the two vertical lines. Audi claims that's more sporty. And then on the regular trims with matrix LED lights, you have 3 horizontal lines. That's a new trend for sure. So different signature depending on the equipment that you have. And now these are the LEDs. You see the data running LEDs here. And then these are also data running LEDs, but as you can see, also the blinkers. And then moving on the front you have the new single frame grille, flatter, wider, more aggressive, that's for sure. And you will notice that this car has the S-Line trim, and it has these fake air inlets. They are tribute to the legendary Audi Quattro from the 80s, but they are only available with the S-Line trim. So only the S-Line gets them. That's the easiest way to distinguish the S-Line in the traffic. And then here are the air inlets. They are actually fake. Let me show you here. Because it turns out that they create drag, so they decided, that they will be closed. And from this angle it looks very, very nice. I love this aerodynamic look of the front. And now it is time to see the car from the side, where you'll see the biggest difference compared to the standard Sportback, which you see there. So 4.5 meter is the length of the car. That is 4 centimeters longer than on the predecessor, and actually 15 centimeters longer than the Sportback. And everything comes from these overhangs at the back. And you will also notice how this roofline goes down. Very elegant, very sporty, coupe style, almost like a coupe style of the roof. And it all finishes with this, spoiler. It's integrated into the trunk. You can actually get this in carbon fiber. Also the spoiler and the mirrors are available in carbon fiber. So have that in mind. Now mirrors, they do have indicators which are in here, so only this part. And then this car, as you can see, has also this S-Line badge over there. S-Line comes standard with 17-inch wheels. Here you see them, 17-inch. I would go for the 18-inch. Let me just show you there. So that car has 18-inch, and personally I think that's a better choice. It would look very, very cool, those wheels on this car. But yeah, we have a 17-inch, and then let me actually tell you another cool feature. So the car is actually 1 centimeter taller, and the seats are 1 centimeter lower, and that means additional 2 centimeters of space for the head for the occupants in the cabin. Now the S-Line trim also has this element, side skirt, sort of like in aluminum, and that is why I'm not sure about this, but if you go for the black back, then you get this in black. You also have the mirrors here around the doors. You also get them in black, and let me also show you, you get this single frame grille these edges of the single frame grille are also in gloss black. And you will notice here that the single frame grille, I don't know if camera is catching it, is actually a bit gray. It's not gloss black. It looks very, very nice in person. And then what else can we see? So moving to the side, beautiful design. Tell me, what do you think about this sedan? I think among the best looking sedans on the market. They managed it to look both sharp and elegant in the same time, I would say. And then this is the view from the back. Beautiful LED lights with a nice illumination, and then also dynamic indicators. You see them in here. And as I already said, here you can see the spoiler even better. And let me show you the car from this angle. So yeah, very, very attractive indeed. S-Line trim has this special bumper with this plastic elements, sort of like a fake diffuser, and then exhausts are also fake. Let me show you somewhere here. Yeah, here we see the real one. Unfortunately, these are only fake exhausts. Also, we do have a cool element here. Then these sensors, they do come standard on this model. And speaking of the suspension, you have three options. You have the sport suspension, which lowers the car by 15 millimeters. You have the standard suspension, and you also have the DCC, dynamic chassis control, so adaptive dampers. That's the best, but also the most expensive choice. And let me show you the trunk space. So when you press this twice, you see 425 liters of space. That's actually more than on the Sportback. So Sportback has 380, 422. It's very wide. You can fit a lot of things also in here. What else can I show you here? Let's see. Okay, so there is additional space here, and there's a tire repair kit, but you can also put some of the things here at the back. Then you can fold, of course, the seats 60/40. So yeah, overall there's also an LED light one in there, but yeah, pretty you know, massive trunk, I would say, for a sedan. 425 liters is really not bad. Here is where you close it, like this. Okay, like this. So overall, what do you guys think about the design itself? And this lettering 35 TFSI, those are the new names of the Audi models. This actually means that this car has the petrol version, petrol engine with 150 horsepower. And that's very important because that means that this particular model has the multi-link at the back. If you go below 150, then you get the torsion beam. So have that in mind. We'll go through the optional engines available later on in the video. But now tell me in the comments, which one do you prefer? The sedan or the Sportback? Now it is time to check out the interior of this car. So let's go. You are greeted, of course, with a beautiful design. Let's kick things off with the doors. You can see this beautiful aluminum part that goes all the way to the door handle, that goes sort of like an upside down look. You have the buttons for unlock and lock. Then materials are also very nice and good. Here are the switches for the windows, of course, and then for the mirrors. And this is to lock the rear doors for child safety, of course. Door pockets are solid. I love the design of this handle. I already said that in the A3 Sportback, but it kind of reminds me of something like a Lamborghini Urus maybe. So yeah, it is cool. And then the speakers, on standard one you get 6 speakers, and then you can get the Audi sound system with 10 speakers, and top of the line is Bang & Olufsen 3D sound system. But that's also the most expensive option, but you will get amazing sound. So let's move on. You have the door seal with the illuminated S badge, looking very nice. And then these are the sport seats in cloth. They're actually very good, and I already sat in the car, and they are really comfortable. And also have these extensions here, and they are actually manual. So this is where you lower it, and then forward and backwards with this switch over there. Then these are the light switches. It's interesting that Audi has, let's say, less modern switches than the Golf, but these are probably easier to use than the ones on the Golf, so Golf has the digital ones. Sport steering wheel with a flat bottom, of course with some of the buttons for the functions that you have on the digital cockpit. But let's enter the car. Alright, so first thing you notice when you enter the car is the perfect driving position, really perfect. Your seat very low, you have great visibility of the things in front of you, and the design of this thing is amazing. A real cockpit, digital cockpit in front of you. You feel like you are in some kind of jet fighter. Really cool design. Believe me, you need to sit in this to see how cool actually these air vents are. And speaking of the air vents, they look like they are also from Lamborghini Urus, so they introduced them in Urus, and now they found their way here on the Audi A3. But without further ado, let's press the start engine button, and now the digital cockpit comes to life. Alright, so what do we have here? Well, this is the 10.25 inch digital cockpit, which comes as standard on this car. So that's a big plus for Audi. And then you have different views, but not as many views available as you would like, because for that you need to go for the Digital Plus cockpit, and that one is 12.3 inch. Then everything here is in the screen. You don't have this like analog things on the sides. So I would recommend you actually to go for that option, as I think that looks cooler, and then you have different views available in front of you. These are the switches for the lights, so positioning light, lights off, automatic lights, and yeah, so those are the switches. Then this is for the fog lights, and then these are the rear fog lights. Sorry, I didn't film it, it's here. So those are the switches on our left, and then this is the main infotainment. And let me actually change the language so that you have everything in English. Just a second. Okay, English. Let's see how much. So it's really fast. In some other models, when you change the language, you need to wait a really long time, but here it is really fast. So let's see this. This is the 10.1 inch screen, and actually this is also standard, guys. This is standard and this is standard, so really a big thumb up for Audi. However, you will need to pay extra for the navigation, so you can purchase the navigation license. What that means is you can actually get the navigation later on. You just need to have this like a license, so you can buy it for a period of 6 months or 1 year or something like that. That's the future of car industry, buying apps and things that your car is capable of having. And I will now go through the elements here, and then we'll come back to the infotainment system. So the AC switches are here, and they are actually very good. I love the fact that they kept them on the buttons. It's very easy to use. So air blower is on this button, and this is the temperature. This car also has the heated seats. And yeah, well, you actually control all of the things about the AC in here, so really easy. And then these are some of the additional buttons. Hazard lights, interesting sound of the indicators and hazard lights. Then the start stop engine off, this is something that I would use a lot. Traction control off, and drive select. Basically, this car offers different driving modes: efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. Here you can actually adjust the drive system and the steering. Let's say you want dynamic drive system, but you want to balance the steering. So this is it. This is just one example. Of course, you can configure it yourself. Avatar is looking cool. And then what else do we have? So one real USB. So the A, and then USB-C is over there. You also have a beautiful ambient lighting, This is the Audi phone box, wireless charger for your phone. And then this is a very nice layout. However, I'm not convinced about this piano black. It would get scratches really easy, so not sure about that. Otherwise, beautiful design, among the best in class, definitely. And look at this. This is the gear lever of the S Tronic automatic transmission. Uses the shift-by-wire technology. What it means is that whatever you do, whether you're in reverse, neutral, drive, everything, I mean, the gear lever is always in the same position, in this position. It is beautiful. It is from the Porsche 992, which the gear lever had the world premiere there, and now it is across the Volkswagen Group models. Also Audi A3 is among them. Start engine button is here, and then here is where you can control some of the things with your music tracks or radio stations. You can mute everything here, and then this is also for the volume. So really a cool feature and easy to use, so you don't need to touch the screen all the time, but you also have the switches here, so it will really be easy to use this car and this infotainment system. Moving on, here you have a 12-volt outlet, and then this is the electronic parking brake. Now, one thing that I also don't like is this. I mean, look at this. You have the two cup holders. They are not adjustable, and also there's no roller. So not sure about that. I don't understand why didn't they put the roller, because you have the beautiful design of this part, and then here you have this. So yeah, not sure about that. I mean, Skoda Octavia has the roller, and then this part looks better, so it would definitely be better. Also, the new Golf doesn't have it, so this is something that I would change with the A3 and the new Golf also. And then the armrest has well, some storage space, not too much, and there are no additional things inside, so just storage space. And this car has this beautiful like an aluminum part, and then look at this element, looking very nice. This comes with the ambient lighting, so those two come in pairs. So if you go for the ambient lighting, which I would definitely recommend you to go, then you get this. So the air vents are huge on the right side, and then you have also this very lovely doors, which we spoke about. And this is the glove box. It's actually pretty big, and you also have the very nice carpeting actually here, so that's cool. And well, yeah, that's about it. And now it's time to check out the infotainment system. So, well-known new Audi infotainment system. So let's start with the radio. As you can see, I'm wearing my gloves, but still it is very responsive. And then moving on, media, if you want to play something from USB. Telephone, of course, you can pair the phone with the Bluetooth, but also the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are here, so definitely convenient and easy to use. Now, the navigation, as I said, hasn't been purchased. You can purchase the license, and then you know, you can maybe decide to buy navigation after a while, or maybe if you buy a car used, like you buy a car that is only 2 or 3 months old, but it has the license, so you just buy it. Tell me in the comments, what do you guys actually think about this trend? Personally, I think it's okay. Some people don't like it, so I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Let's go through the car settings. So Audi Drive Select, we already been through that, so those are your driving modes. And then efficiency assist, not sure you need this. So if you press this, then during the drive, car will tell you a bunch of economy tips. I saw this in new Golf, and actually, for example, you're driving and you have the AC on, and then you actually lower your window, put it down, and then the car tells you, hey, you have your AC on, why did you put down the window? So stuff like that, not sure you would need that kind of thing. And then the AC, auto recirculation, that is turned on. Lights and vision, my favorite part of this. So exterior lighting, automatic headlights, and entry and exit lights, those are turned on. But look at this, background lighting. So you have different styles. Look at this, beautiful design. And look look at this. So everything is illuminated. At the back you can also see it. You have a few setup preset, let's say, colors and versions. So vision, and you see here how does it look. Vision is sort of like a yellow white thing, then solar like an orange, pulse a red one. Our theme, this is my favorite, it's a blue one. Then moving on, this is the white one, I believe, and then individual. So you can change these surfaces and contours. So basically you can change this part and then also this illumination on these surfaces. Let's see this. So the colors, let's go, for example, turn this to blue. It's dark, so you can't see it well, but you can see it on my glove. And then this is blue. So those are the surfaces, and then contour. We go to colors, and you want, for example, this to be green. There you have it. So green element in here, green here, green next to me, and then here you have blue. Let's put everything to blue, as that's my favorite. So the third blue option, and then contour also to third blue option. Beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait to have a chance to have a go in this car and film the night point of view drive, of course, for you, so that you see how does this look during the night drive. That's for sure impressive thing, and it really keeps you calm with this discreet, I would say, ambient lighting, but very, very elegant indeed. Look at the back. So yeah, that's a cool feature. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if I showed you, I think I did. So all the colors, these are the colors, 30 available colors. Green, blue, purple, whatever you want. Then let's go back. Where were we? Car. Surface lighting. So those were the ambient lights. And then let's go back. Parking gate, so car can help you, of course, with the parking with the sensors, and you can control the volume here how you want it to be. So this car has the rear sensors. Driver assist. So of course the new A3 sedan is equipped with a bunch of safety systems. You have the Audi Pre-Sense, rest recommendation, lane departure warning, distance warning, adaptive cruise assist, and speed warning. All of those, and then you configure which one of those you want to use and how. And then some of these settings are here. We're not gonna go through that. Let's go back to the main screen. Really simple to use. Some of these settings in general, daytime time, stuff like that. And then display and brightness, virtual cockpit. So here's the thing. So as you can see here, not much is available actually. So you can configure the screens that you have here, but not much other than that, because you didn't go, I mean, this car doesn't have the cockpit, virtual cockpit plus, so I would definitely recommend you to go for that. Then you will get the dynamic mode like on the RS models. Then you will also get different views. Then you will be able to have the navigation in a big screen in front of you. So if you're on the market for this car, that's my recommendation. And then this is for the acoustic feedback. Actually, I will put this on, as I think this looks very cool. I mean, it sounds cool. So this is where you set it up. And yeah, those were the display and brightnesses. And then language, I changed it to English, of course. This is where you adjust the sound, system maintenance, user, so you can have a bunch of users and then they save their data and things like the position of the seat probably, and for the steering wheel, stuff like that. Connected services, media, telephone, all a bunch of settings. I'm not gonna go through all of them right now because they are not that interesting, those settings. So yeah, I'm gonna go back. This is where you can find help if you need to find something that you don't know where it is. Messages and users, so you can add a user, and when you start the car it will ask you who is in the car. So that was the infotainment system. As you can see, really responsive. I love this sound. Sounds really cool. What else can I show you? Yeah, well, sun visors with LED lights, and then additional LEDs in here. So yeah, now I will actually see how much space I have at the back. I'm gonna adjust the seat and see you at the back. And let us now see the situation at the back. First of all, this is a good angle of opening. And now let's see what do we have here. So actually this is good. You do have this space for the knees, so even a taller person can sit in here. And then let me also show you, so for my head, I mean, I do have space, but small amount of space, just so I can just fit in. I'm 1.87 meters, so have that in mind. And but I would be able to sit lower like this, then I would be let me open the door. Then I would have less space here, but it is decent. I mean, they used the space that they could use. They also have this LED lights. Let's turn them on. But yeah, I do feel comfortable. But as I said, if you are taller than 1.87 meters, you will have problems for the head mainly. But overall, it's not bad. Definitely, I would say better than the predecessor. My friend had a predecessor, and I felt I didn't really felt good driving at the back on that car, where here I do feel pretty comfortable. So yeah, I think it's an improvement. And then here we have small air vents and 2 USB-C ports. Once again, USB-C ports. But notice that you don't have anything to put some of the things probably that you will maybe have here. So there's nothing quite like that. But you do have a pretty solid car pocket here, and then beautiful ambient lighting. Now you see it very well. And this is the view on the front, also with the ambient lighting and everything. So this really looks beautiful. Okay, time to check out the engine. And before we do that, I just realized that I haven't shown you this. So look at this. There are actually 3 layers of the protection here. One is over there, and then the second one is here. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a third one here on this section of the A-pillar. Reason being is that when you're driving on the highway, you can see it right now here, a lot of wind noise comes here, and this will make it better. So it will be interesting to see how does this car perform on a highway, and how much comfort you have inside. So that should be cool. And now let us see what's here. Of course, hydraulic struts, and this is the engine. So 35 TFSI, that means 1.5 liter TSI producing 150 horsepower. But there are various petrol and diesel engines available for this car, as well as mild hybrid, and there's also gonna be a hybrid version. All of that will be in the description. And there's also a 2 liter TSI coming, something that I would be interested in if I were to buy a car like this. But anyway, a lot of options. Let's check out the spec list for this car. So A3 Limousine, we call it here. You can also call it sedan, of course. 35 TFSI. S-Line Plus, you have the Daytona gray with the pearl effect. This model, so 35 TFSI, is available from this price, and euros will be here. This is all standard in the S-Line trim. So for example, to USB at the back, then 17-inch wheels, all the drive select, and stuff like that. And then here is something that is extra, for example, the chrome lines, and then the adaptive cruise control, ambient lighting plus tinted back windows, which you see there. Overall price for this model is here. Also the euro amount will be on your screen. So we can close this. And that's about it, guys. Let me do another walk around. Now we have the lights turned on and you see the lights in here. And then let me show you the side of the car and also the back, where now we have the full light, so everything is illuminated, and this looks very nice. Do you agree with me? And that's about it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more car reviews and more car related stuff. Also check out this dealership if you are interested in buying some of the new Audi models. And that's about it. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one. Bye bye.